About 20 years, I've been dealing with asthma, walking pneumonia, bronchitis, severe sinus infections, vertigo, migraines, arthritis in my knees from playing sports in high school. About the year from 2008 to 2016, I dealt with a racing heart. I had PSVT. My heart was raced 221 beats per minute.
Wow.
Ended up putting me into the hospital a couple times for them to restart my heart. They actually stop it and restart it
Oh, wow.
again, to get it back into the same rhythm it's supposed to be. So I did have that laser surgery done for that, and they got rid of that. But since then, I had to be on medications because high blood pressure and all this other things that were contributing to heart issues. 2019 happened. COVID, I put me into my bed for 3 months. I ended up long haul COVID symptoms, hair loss, bad chronic cough, a little bit of hearing loss. It's like I could only hear certain pitches.
Mm-hmm.
People had certain voice pitches that I couldn't hear them clearly. Brain fog, severe fatigue, hair loss. I'd only sleep like 2, possibly 3 hours, and then I'd be up, and it's like I need my sleep. Severe shortness of breath. I had asthma since high school, but with COVID, it threw me into like severe asthma, and I had to have 2 inhalers with me all the time. Was on 5 prescriptions, which I hate taking medications. Weekly blood pressure check-ins with a nurse, and I'm like, why not try the patches? Could they,
Yeah.
you know, it's worth a chance. And so I did, and I've gotten rid of pretty much all of that.
And right before you tried the patches, you said a month before you had severe
I did.
vertigo. And what happened there?
In August, we were getting ready to go down to Louisville, and I had a combination in the morning on my way to work, but I hadn't left the house yet. Vertigo and severe migraine. Migraine was in the very back of my head. The combination of both of those together, acting out in your brain. I had 3 crystals loose in my left ear. It gave me all the symptoms of stroke. I couldn't talk. I couldn't walk. I was on the ground. I had peed myself. I texted my son and said, come up and help me. And he came up and threw a fit. He's like, oh my gosh, what the heck? And went and got my husband, and that threw me into the hospital for overnight. They wanted me to stay longer because they wanted to make sure it wasn't a stroke. But
That must have been really scary.
it's really scary, very, very scary. And I'm like, if I can get rid of the vertigo and those migraines so I don't have that again,
Right.
that would be awesome. So
Fast forward 30 days and here God brings you an answer, right?
well, when I started patching in September of 2023, um, slept the first night 8 hours when I got my patches. Woke up the next morning, everything was clear, brain fog was gone, fatigue was gone. Um, I had so much energy. I didn't know what to do with myself. My husband's like, where did this come from? Because
Well, I need to stop you right here and tell people Carrie was a one patch wonder. And that does not happen, but to maybe 10% of people, if that. But thank God it happened to you, Carrie. That is amazing after patching one day.
and then on November 1st, I went and saw my doctor for my physical, which is only not even 2 months later after I started. And he took me off all my prescriptions except for 2. And said, just keep working, keep doing what you're doing. He knew what I was doing. He wasn't aware of this life wave, but he had heard of like technology. And he says, as long as it's healthy and it's healing you, that's perfect.
Yes.
My brows grew in, my hair got thicker, my knees don't hurt. I can garden in my backyard. And if you haven't been in my backyard, you want to. My backyard. Um, it's like a park. It's like my own park. So, and then he had me down to 1 prescription a year later in November. So
Awesome.
I'm only on 1 prescription, and all the rest are just like vitamins or anything that to help me keep healthier. I fell last in December 2023, just to back up, fell at work, injured my shoulder, did PT for, I can't remember what I said, six months, and they released me. And then it started acting up just recently in the fall. And so in August, I went back to the doctor. I'm like, could this still be an injury from a year ago? What's going on? We did x-rays, did MRI. MRI showed a small tear in my rotator cuff tendon. And so I'm like, call Dr. Dodd. I'm like, what can I do to, can I focus the patches on that spot? He's like, well, they say it doesn't matter where you put them, but if you want to focus on it, go ahead and focus on it. I did X39 and Aeon, and I also did carnosine during the day and Alavita at night. Went to the ortho surgeon 3 months later. He's like, I'm not sure what you're here for besides the, how do you say it, bursitis?
Bursitis.
Bursitis.
Yeah.
Inflammation in your shoulder because your tear is gone.
Wow.
It's healed.